What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back in the garage, starting with the K today. First thing I want to knock out on this is getting the headlights fixed, and I'll show you what I mean. If we look on the old headlight, you'll notice on the bottom, we have this big plastic piece, and this is essentially a clip for the bumper to clip into. And we're supposed to pull this off the old headlight and put it on the new headlight, but I was too excited to see the Morimotos on this car that I forgot to do that. So right now our bumper's just kind of chilling on there, as you can see underneath. There's really nothing holding it. So let's pop these headlights out. We'll get that clip installed, and then we'll have a completely secure front bumper. Both headlights are now knocked out. I just went ahead off camera and did the passenger side. It's the exact same thing, so no sense showing it twice. Let's get the front bumper back on, and then the front end of this will be properly clipped in as it should be. Couple days later, and a little bit of musical cars, we got the Evo back in the shop. If you guys saw the last video with the Evo, you know we were struggling with the CV axle. The driver's side CV axle does not want to lock on to that inner shaft that goes into the transmission. It doesn't seem to be a circlip issue. If I take that inner shaft out and put the two together outside the car, they mate together just fine. But once it goes in, it's not locking up, and the CV axle just keeps falling out of, or falling off that shaft essentially, and then leaking gear oil. So that's why I haven't been driving the car. I did order a new inner shaft. We can try and hope that that works, but if not, I hate to say it, but the transmission might have to come out, because the only thing locking that inner shaft in on the other side, I believe it's some bearings that might have got knocked out of place. I don't exactly know how it's set up in there. Never torn into Evo 10 transmission, so hopefully we can get this new inner shaft in and everything works, but we'll see. Inner shaft is now out of the car, and I have it sitting next to the new one. So we got the old one on the left, new one on the right, and as you can see, they're literally identical as far as the shaft goes. But what I did notice is that the little circlip on the new one is, well, let's just say it sticks out a little bit more than on the old one. So my guess is this one's just seen so much use that it's kind of, crimped itself down too far into the shaft where it's not mating and locking in. So my guess is this shaft is perfectly fine. We just need to get some new circlips for it and we'll be all good. I should have done that off the rip, but just went ahead and got a whole new shaft. So let's get this one installed. I have a lot of faith in the new one that it will work. But first, I want to talk about another issue. Some of you guys pointed it out in the last video. The suspension department needs some love. The body of the car is, I'd say, a 9.5 out of 10. Engine bay is like a 8.5 out of 10. But the suspension department, control arm, subframe, coils, all that kind of stuff is about a 1 out of 10. I haven't gotten to that part of the car yet. I really just want to be able to drive the car before I start digging in more. I feel like I have so much into this thing and I haven't gotten anything out of it. So that's why I haven't gotten there yet. It will get touched eventually. It's super rusty, and I know it's really annoying. The car came from New Jersey. It's a Northeastern car, and I definitely regret it. but we'll get to that eventually. Slowly but surely, getting rid of the rust. Obviously, we took care of it in the engine bay. We can take care of it anywhere else. I want to be able to drive the car first, so that's why it still looks like a mess behind that brake rotor. We'll get to it. CV axle is back, reinstalled, and I think we finally did it. That thing is locked and loaded. It ain't going anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything put back together. Then we can take it for a little rip, make sure that our axle isn't falling out of the transmission anymore. Okay, car is back on the ground and put back together. Now I wanted to take it for a drive, so I went ahead and installed a new OEM hood latch along with that kind of weather seal that goes on the front bumper. And like everything else on this car, nothing can ever go smooth. So yeah, new hood latch, but I think he got this hood off of wish.com, carbon hood. It's like a no brand carbon hood. Definitely came from Wish. It does have QC stickers on it, but I think their quality control is yeah, pretty much non-existent, because this thing is like the worst carbon hood I've ever seen in my life. I think he might have spent maybe $2.50 on it. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I think that latch is literally too short, and it's not pushing the well, whatever you want to call that is too short, and it's not pushing the latch down enough to actually lock the hood. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've said it, but I've literally bought an entire Evo of parts to fix this Evo, and it's still messed up. So, I don't know. You guys have to understand, like, why I don't touch this car, because it's just one thing after another, and this car just seems to never cooperate, ever. Like, it was absolutely abused more than any car I've ever worked on. Yeah, I can't stand working on this thing because it's just so frustrating. When I have some time another day, I'm gonna look at the old latch and see if these holes are kind of drilled out and ovalized so it acts as a slider and you can slide it up a little bit. I'm assuming that's the only way we're gonna be able to get this to fit this hood, because it's gotta come up a good bit, because the latch underneath here is simply not long enough. I took the new OEM latch off and went to actually hook it to this, and it's not even like gonna be close. So I have no idea. I literally think this hood is just super cheap, and he probably, my guess is he drilled these holes out to be more like a slider and just slide this up. That's the only way I think we're gonna get that to latch, so we'll figure that out another day. Tomorrow we're taking the K-STI over to my buddy Rodney at Speedworks, and we are going to get motor mounts in that thing, so at least I got something to look forward to. Well boys, we made it here to Fab, and this is the first time I'm actually looking underneath this car. So the idea is we're bracing the bottom of the engine so we can start pulling the solid mounts off and fitting up the new bushing mounts so we can actually have some comfort inside this thing. So I think we're gonna start with this side, we'll pull this off, start fitting up the new mount, and see how we can tie into the existing bar. So the way they did this, oh yeah, here's Rodney with the new mounts. So the bar that Chase and the guys made for this car essentially is acting as a front subframe, and it just bolts straight to the chassis, comes down, and then bolts to this side. It's got a few supports coming off the actual subframe of the car, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So the hope is we can get those pulled off and start assembling this new mount, which essentially you just fab together yourself, and yeah, then we'll actually have some bushings in here. Also, if anyone was curious how they did the oil pan and the whole setup down here, so this is a rear wheel drive, I think it's a K-powered oil pan that they cut and modified to fit this custom subframe. And then the entire subframe of the car was lowered down about 2 inches. Same thing back here on the trans mounts. So that's all lowered down. And the idea was to get the engine as low as possible so we wouldn't have to cut a massive hole in the hood. And as you can see, it's just the scoop part that we had to cut. So we're working on a custom scoop to kind of cover that, and you'll never know that it has a K in it. You got?
Hot metal.
It looks warm, touch it.
Nice and all pretty light.
It's probably the easiest thing I ever gave you to weld.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the easiest thing as far as this fitting together like the puzzle. You've brought me some challenging things in the past. That's for sure. That's for sure. We had to do some major modifications because this was welded to a flange that was here and it was bolted to the car, and this wasn't here, and there was a flange here that was bolted to the car. So we cut all that off, cut this off, and we made these new flange brackets here that are all now welded on, and hopefully make it where it doesn't vibrate so bad. Sorry for the passenger side girl that's going to be riding with you. She probably liked the vibration. But we definitely going to take away some of the vibration. Reconnected this at a better location. And yeah, we're going to bolt this in the car, and it's going to be a lot more enjoyable ride for a daily driver.
Hell yeah. So we're just letting the paint dry now, and then we're going to get this installed in the car, and I'll pick up the camera once it's back in. It's kind of a puzzle to get it up in there around the coolant hoses and all that stuff, but if there's a will, there's a way. We'll get it in there. It is almost 2 in the morning, so we're trying our best to get out of here. I got to go run a 5K in about 3 hours, so see what we can do. Alrighty, so we just got the subframe, or I guess additional subframe, back up in there with the new mounts. I know it's a little bit hazy, that's the humidity for us, but that is nice and secured. Subframe's back bolted up to the chassis here, so that I think these bushings are going to help a ton. And then this side as well, up there, nice and tight, nice and secure. It's a little bit hard to see on this side, but came out pretty good. Really happy with it. Rodney knocked it out of the park. So next thing we got to do is transmission, which I'm hoping I can do at my house. So it's just solid mounted. Yeah, this is going to be really hard to show under here, but it's essentially just bolted to this solid mount. So I'm thinking if I can pull these two bolts out, well, bolt and a nut, and get like a factory bushing up in there, I think we'll be all right.
Put a little rubber bushing in here, give it a little cushion. You know, sometimes you gotta have a little cushion for the pushing, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So we get it on there, it softens it up a little bit. You know, you smack it on the bottom, and
you said hockey pucks work good, right?
Hockey pucks work great. A lot of people are like, oh, we need to spend hundreds of dollars on transmission mounts and engine mounts, but a hockey puck is a nice, solid, hard rubber bushing. You drill a hole through the center, throw them in there, they work wonderful. Sometimes you got to stack 2 for motor mounts. 1 usually works really good for tranny mounts. That's an old school trick. It's worked great for many years. and I've never had any issues with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the transmission mount's going to be anywhere near as challenging as the motor mounts. So happy that's done. I think this thing's already going to ride it quite a bit better. And then once we get the transmission mounts, it'll finish it off. So anyways, I appreciate you, dude.
Yes, definitely.
Huge help.
I'm glad I was able to help and be able to participate in such a wonderful project. Amazing build altogether. And I'm just very happy to be a part of it. So
yeah,
I appreciate you.
So with that said, remember, we are giving this car away. So go get your entries. Every $5 spent on panzerbuilt.com will get you an entry to win this car. And yeah, we're gonna take this thing home. Probably tomorrow I might assess the transmission mount situation. But yeah, like I said, it's almost 3 in the morning and I gotta go run a 5K tomorrow. So we're gonna get this thing off the lift. And,
I need you to buck up and put your game face on. That's tomorrow. We're talking about tonight. We did this tonight. We did it tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, Rodney was pretty adamant we got this done in one night. So we did it. Paint and all. We let that shit cure.
Sometimes you just need a little push. Sometimes you just need a little push. And that's it.
So, yeah. Let's get home. Also, guys, I know you saw him in the video. This is Everett. He's been a huge help over here as well. Stayed the night. I mean, you worked the whole day too,
Worked
right?
all day, worked all night, coming back in like 6 hours, so looking forward to it.
Let's go. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. It was fun.
Well, I didn't really film a closing to this video, but I can assure you the motor mounts alone, haven't even touched the transmission mounts yet, made an absolute world of difference. It's actually pretty unbelievable how much it smoothed the car out. So stoked on that. A few Cabernets, Chardonnays, we got it done in one night. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Until then, peace out. See y'all later.